Have you ever wondered why some people seem unshakable, even in life's most turbulent moments, while others find themselves overwhelmed by the smallest setbacks? Today we're diving deep into the Buddhist wisdom of developing emotional resilience, the powerful ability to stay calm and composed, no matter what life throws at you. I'm going to share with you ancient Buddhist teachings, backed by modern psychology, that will transform how you handle life's challenges. By the end of this video, you'll have practical tools to build your emotional strength and face difficulties with grace and wisdom. Let's begin with a fundamental truth that the Buddha taught. Life inherently contains suffering, but our relationship with that suffering is what truly matters. Think about that for a moment. It's not the waves of life that determine our stability, it's how we've learned to sail. Our first principle comes from the Buddha himself. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This teaching forms the foundation of emotional resilience. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that being hard on ourselves somehow makes us stronger. But Buddhist wisdom tells us the opposite is true. Imagine your mind as a garden. When storms come, and they will come, what determines whether your garden survives isn't just the strength of your plants, but how well you've tended to the soil. Self-compassion is that rich soil that allows emotional resilience to take root and flourish. Here's a practical exercise. The next time you face a challenging situation, pause and speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend. Notice the immediate shift in your emotional state when you replace harsh self-judgment with kind understanding. Our second principle comes from the concept of upekkha, or equanimity. The Buddha taught that true peace comes from accepting what is, rather than constantly fighting against reality. This doesn't mean passive resignation. It means responding to life's challenges with balanced awareness. Think of your mind as a vast sky. Emotions, thoughts, and experiences are like weather patterns, some stormy, some sunny, some mild. The sky itself remains unchanged, regardless of what passes through it. This is the essence of emotional resilience. To practice this, try this simple meditation. Sit quietly for 5 minutes each morning. Observe your thoughts and feelings without trying to change them. Just as clouds pass through the sky, let your experiences move through your awareness without clinging to them. The third principle addresses attachment, which the Buddha identified as a primary source of suffering. The root of suffering is attachment, he taught. This applies particularly to our attachment to how we think things should be, rather than accepting them as they are. Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you grip it, the more it slips through your fingers. But cup your hands gently, and the sand remains stable. This is how we should hold our expectations and desires, with gentle awareness rather than desperate clinging. Here's a powerful practice. When you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, what am I holding on to right now? What story am I telling myself about how things should be? Often, just recognizing our attachments helps loosen their grip. Our fourth principle explores the Buddhist concept of impermanence, or anicca. Everything changes. Our thoughts, our emotions, our circumstances. When we truly understand this, we stop resisting the natural flow of life. Think of your emotional experiences as waves in the ocean. Each wave, whether pleasant or unpleasant, will eventually subside. This understanding helps us maintain composure during difficult times, knowing that this too shall pass. Practice this by noting the changing nature of your emotions throughout the day. When you feel a strong emotion, simply note, this feeling is temporary. It will pass. This simple acknowledgement can prevent us from being overwhelmed by intense emotions. The fifth principle comes from the Buddhist practice of mindfulness, or sati. In the words of Thich Nhat Hanh, feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. Mindfulness builds emotional resilience by helping us create space between stimulus and response. Instead of reacting automatically to situations, we learn to pause, breathe, and choose our response thoughtfully. Try this technique. When you feel emotional tension building, take 3 conscious breaths. Feel the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body. This small pause can prevent reactive behavior and allow wisdom to guide your actions. Now, let's explore the 6th principle, the power of perspective or panna. Buddhist teaching emphasizes seeing situations from multiple angles, understanding that our initial perception might be limited or distorted. Imagine looking at a mountain from different positions. The view changes dramatically depending on where you stand. Similarly, every challenging situation contains multiple perspectives we might not see at first glance. Practice expanding your perspective by asking, how might this situation look 5 years from now? What might I be learning from this challenge? What opportunities might this difficulty present? Our 7th principle addresses the Buddhist concept of metta or loving kindness. Emotional resilience isn't just about managing our own emotions. It's about maintaining compassion and understanding for others, even in difficult situations. Imagine your heart as a lighthouse, steadily beaming light regardless of the weather or conditions. This is how we can maintain emotional stability while staying connected to others. Practice this by silently offering good wishes to people you encounter throughout your day, even those who challenge you. This helps maintain emotional balance in difficult interpersonal situations. The final principle explores virya or diligence. Building emotional resilience is like building a muscle. It requires consistent practice and patience. The Buddha taught that transformation comes not from sporadic, intense efforts, but from steady, mindful practice. Think of water dripping on a stone. One drop might seem insignificant, but over time, water can reshape the hardest rock. Similarly, small daily practices of emotional awareness and regulation gradually build unshakable resilience. Remember that emotional resilience isn't about never feeling difficult emotions. It's about developing the strength and wisdom to work with them skillfully. It's about finding that calm center within yourself that remains steady, even when life feels chaotic. I encourage you to start small. Choose one principle that resonated with you today and practice it for the next week. Notice how it affects your emotional responses and overall well-being. Which principle spoke to you most strongly? How do you plan to implement these teachings in your daily life? Remember, the journey to emotional resilience is ongoing, but every step forward is meaningful. May you find strength in these teachings and peace in your practice. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Your support means the world to us.